Staying in the UK, we now have segregation in the name of anti-racism. A student union at the University of Westminster is banning white students from some Black History Month events. The students got an email telling them that they're not going to be welcome at some events. They're going to be reserved for Black students to encourage a safe space for discussions and honest conversations. Are really spaces reserved for certain races only? What could go wrong, Douglas?
I know. First of all, it's just some people call it neo-racism. We should probably just call it what it is, which is just racism. It just happens this time to be about racism against white people. It's so strange. And one of the many things you were kind enough to mention in my book, The War on the West, one of the things I mentioned there is something that crops up in this story, which is the odd idea that in one of the most multi-ethnic cities in the world, London, at a left-wing university, the University of Westminster, Black and minority ethnic students would need safe spaces. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. They're not living in some racist, hierarchical nightmare of white supremacy. They might like to pretend they are sometimes, but it's absolute nonsense. They don't need safe spaces in such a place. And it's a demonstration, once again, by the way, of the weakness of the ideas of people who pump around things like Black History Month, that they have to sort of protect it. And really what they're doing is trying to protect themselves from any scrutiny or any inquiry. You know, university is meant to be about inquiry and finding things out and digging to the truth of things. And I'm pretty sure that what's going to be told in Black History Month to this segregated event will be stuff that actually wouldn't stand up very long if it was in front of a wider audience.